Mhm. Let's go. All right, we're back. Both of us are back
Ew.
in the office having a coffee.
Back in the office.
Yeah, office, home, whatever it is. I always call
Yeah.
this my office because it's like literally all I do in this room is work, right?
Yeah. Dude, I find working on the road can sometimes be quite challenging. You're just out of your normal environment, you know?
It's a bit tricky, yeah. Different environment, different things going on. You're always busy moving from car to car. You
And
know,
also like a lot of mental energy being spent as well, seeing different people and everything like that.
yeah. When I was traveling, I don't know about you, but honestly, traders at home, when you make it as a trader, or, business owner or whatever you're doing, and you end up being your own boss, it's quite beautiful because you can work anywhere in the world. You can work from your laptop. But what you end up finding is, I don't know about you, James, is like you do it for a bit, and then like ultimately, like I don't really want to do that anymore because it's so draining, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually enjoy, as I said, like I didn't really trade when I was in the States. I think I traded like 4 or 5 days. You know, I was at the seminar with the guys in Tampa, so I traded live that day. But I think other than that, probably like 2 or 3 other days, just because I was with the family. Traveling with the family, even
Yeah.
not even by yourself, is even more stressful because I got a 1-year-old and a pregnant wife, so it's very busy. But I
Yeah.
think once I settle back in and I'm actually traveling again, I'm going to Cape Town, meeting with some guys there that side. So tomorrow. But I think, just taking a week to settle back in, and also the time zone difference as well in South Africa compared to the States, So yeah, just settling back in. I think
Oh,
you
yeah.
need the time off a little bit from time
Yeah,
to time.
from Europe or Africa back into the US is quite a different
Oh,
time zone. Wasn't as bad for me, but
yeah.
and just so some people kind of understand, hey, if you haven't really traveled too much, well, when you're traveling and you're only gone for like a week or two. Like this is a bit different. Like let's say you're gone for like a month or two. It's a bit different because you settle in and it's great. But if you're only gone for a week or two, you're trying to balance work, taking photos. You know, if you got your wife or kids, you have to make sure that they're taken care of. And then also you're balancing, okay, what's the excursion we're going on today, right? And then on top of that, dinner time, you're probably having a beer because you're on vacation. So you know what I mean? It's like there's so many things going on. When you're at home, it's like work, gym, work,
it's
gym,
routine.
Work.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, when you're on vacation, you're definitely doing things like going out later than you should, maybe on a then you know, and again, like I'm used to working in the evenings my time. Now all of a sudden I'm have to be up at 8 a.m. for like market prep, you know. So it is a bit different for sure.
Yeah, it was interesting hanging out with those younger boys there that we had on the last two podcasts.
Yes, they are interesting characters.
We would be up talking about work or whatever until like midnight, 1 a.m. right, and then I'd walk back to my hotel and I'd crash, and then you know, I'd be up again to work for market open, and it was a 24/7 thing. It was only for a few days, but you know, immediately just got burnt out after 4 days of doing that. You know, I don't know how Miami kids do it. You know,
I know, dude. It's a fast pace of life for sure. I enjoy where I live. It's a lot more. Dude, New York was so busy, bro. Oh my goodness.
Better or worse than Miami if you had to choose?
I actually, to be honest, I enjoyed Florida, Miami, and Tampa where I went. It was a lot more like beach vibes where I live. Whereas like New York was like just a city, bro, and it's just never sleeps. You know, that's why I guess they call it the city that never sleeps, right? It's just so busy. So
yeah, interesting. Well, let's look at the markets. Are you trading today? It looks like
I'm not. I'm not going to actually be taking any trades on personal accounts or prop firm accounts. I want to speak to you about getting a Maven account because last time I couldn't trade on it, so I want to get a Maven account to start trading too. Yeah, I mean, markets interesting. YM is down, but NQ and ES are up today. But yeah, a little bit of a mix on the stocks as on the Nvidia down. As well as Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta, and then Tesla, Apple, and Google are up. So interesting. What are you seeing on NQ? It's basically just been a buy every single dip that happens at the moment.
Yeah. So right now I'm seeing, a pretty awesome move up on the open. Like you just went straight up on the open.
Yeah.
So right now I'm not too concerned with this move back down, and we're hitting some sort of like support more or less. So honestly, you know, wake up and buy, like you said, but like realistically, you know, if you want to find levels, you know, we could jot some stuff down because it is coming back down. But right now you can see, hey, look, we closed beyond sort of these sort of support levels here, you know, so potentially we find more support here, right? A little bit, you know, it could come lower, but if I just draw kind of a zone that, you know, traders might be interested in, you know, this is probably the zone that traders are interested in. So as long as we're not getting below that zone, as long as we're not making clean closes back into the zone, I'm probably pretty happy. I've actually entered long.
I like this level for longs,
you know, already on an account, and you know, we could probably just shoot this up and let it run. Yeah, that's when I'm looking at the NASDAQ. If we draw, I don't know if do you ever look at the real-time hours?
Do I ever look at the?
Do you see this, the real-time hours, or do you just look at the globe?
No, I always look at extended, bro. I know some people only look at the regular trading hours. I personally don't. I like using like the full scope of like pre and post market.
Yeah, what's wonderful about this is you're gonna see levels that you don't normally see in a regular market, right? You can see this gap here, and you can understand a little bit more. It is more confusing, that's for sure. So a newer trader, I probably wouldn't recommend this to, because you're like, oh, what? Like this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you. But you know, we can say, hey, if it doesn't hold this support here that I've just drawn out, then good chance we're going to be filling up these gaps, right? And we're going to be coming down pretty low. So it does need to hold this level, in my opinion, right? Because there's not much more support below that, maybe way down here, right?
Yeah, exactly. Someone was just asking in the chat there about should a full-time trader take time off? I think that's what we were obviously speaking about in the beginning. I actually posted a reel about this. It was from an interview I did maybe like a year ago. I don't think you should have. I don't even know what real full-time trading is. If you want to put that in inverted commas, I don't think trading should be your only source of income. I think that's very foolish. And I think you've spoken about that quite often too. I think you should have multiple ways of making money. My dad's a businessman. He runs his own accounting practice. He doesn't only make money from his accounting practice. He has properties, he has stocks, he has other side businesses that he does as well. So for a trader to come in and say they're only doing trading and making money from trading is pretty foolish, because you can have a great 3 months and then 1 month you can be in drawdown, and give back maybe 20%, 30%, whatever of your profits from the year. So that puts a lot of stress on yourself as a trader. So I think when I went on this holiday now, I'm still making money from other avenues, other businesses, even outside of trading. And it helps you stay, not like you're having to chase the market.
Yeah, maybe we should make that a little bit of, a theme here today. I kind of got two themes in my head right now. One is the markets are just crazy, unrealistic here, and two is we could talk a little bit about balancing work-life balance with trading and whatnot. Because I guess his question is, should you take breaks, right? Or should you take vacation? I think you did vacation, right?
Yeah, vacation. Should full-time traders take vacations, basically?
Well, I guess there's two avenues of thought. Is one, you could take vacation for the sake of mental health, right? So that you trade better. And two, you could take vacation so that you can actually spend the money that you're making, right?
Yeah.
I guess markets are dumping down on that.
Yeah, ES is breaking for a new low, by the way, at the moment.
Yeah, maybe we jump back on the chart there in a moment, but for the latter there, where taking vacation just for the sake of spending the money that you've made, well, yeah, sure, but first of all, you need to make the money. So first of all, guys, I wouldn't be taking vacations until you've made a significant amount of money, right? If you're trying to spend the money, from trading, because trading, realistically, you need capital behind your hands, right, in order to make good money. So if you're spending the money you've made within the first 5 years or so, maybe, James,
say that again. If
you're spending the money that you've made within the first 5 years of you being into trading, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's say you got into dumb money concepts, or you got into Bitcoin or something.
Sure.
2 years down the line, you've made $20,000, $30,000 or whatever.
Sure.
You start spending that money. Do you think? I think that might be kind of ludicrous thing to do. Right?
Yeah, I mean, until you personally, for me, I always say put money aside into that you make from trading into long-term, like retirement accounts and stuff like that. Protect it, because a lot of people can make money, but they also spend it as fast as they make it, which is obviously not the wise thing if you do want to take vacations, because then you're going to have to keep working or keep trading to keep up with your lifestyle. So I think, it all depends on the situation that you're in. But I think as long as if you're doing well in trading, and you're making money, spend the money wisely. Don't just go blow it on random stuff. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem I have, man. Is I just spend it on all my paycheck and I don't reserve any of it to go back into trading.
Yeah, but that's where obviously also prop firms allow you, if you want to make, let's say your goal is to make $10,000 a month consistently in a year, so call it $100,000 in a year, right? Give or take. You don't need, if you wanted to do that on a personal trading account, I would say you need at least $50K to do $100K in the year, because then you'd have to obviously double your account, right? But with prop firms, you could probably spend 10 to 15K, and if you're a good trader, potentially make 50K plus on that 10K.
The scalability of a prop firm is unmatched, right?
And many people obviously that we spoke to in Miami as well weren't too harped on the prop firm idea, but I love prop firms, bro. You can buy a $500 account and maybe make, if you're a good trader, again, 5K, 10K plus from that one account, right?
Well, that's an interesting point. Let's ask a question. Who shouldn't use a prop firm, right? Who should, I'm going to ask just
that's a good question, actually.
Who should not use a prop firm, right?
Okay.
Because some people don't like them.
Sure. Who should not use a prop firm? Probably people that have a ton of money in their that can trade in their personal trading account.
Yeah.
They probably don't need to use a prop firm and go with all the rules and drawdown limits and stuff like that. I mean, I would still say even those people would benefit from prop firms because they can spend like 5, 10K in 6 months, whatever is on prop firm accounts, and probably still make money. But I guess who should not use a prop firm? People that maybe trade more aggressively and don't want to deal with the drawdown rules and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's a good question, actually.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Is somebody with a shitload of money that doesn't really matter if they get this extra funding. They don't want to deal with the rules. Another one might be, somebody who's excessively hedging in order to make profit, right? Because I think that's something that's kind of too difficult to run on prop firms. Prop firms don't like that. You're gonna get banned or whatever. But if you're more of a hedge fund sort of style trader, where you're just placing bets everywhere, right?
Yeah.
That might not be your style either, because I think there's a lot of restrictions. But again, that kind of comes down to the rule restrictions, right?
Exactly. Yeah. With prop firm, whereas if you're trading a personal account, you're probably not used to like daily loss limits or max loss limits in terms of like 10% drawdown, stuff like that.
Yeah. So who should use a prop firm then? Let's jump it back.
I would say, if you got less than 100K in a personal trading account, you're more than going to benefit from using a prop firm. 100%.
So swing traders, day traders, gamblers.
Yep.
If you want to just I would say if you want to gamble.
Yeah, if you want to spin it up.
If you want to just have a lot of fun, right? I think prop firm trade, like way more than just like going to the casino. I would rather, if I want to go to the casino or something, I'd much rather just buy a prop account and just go nuts with it.
Dude, 100%. We went to the casino in America and I was like, geez, I'd rather take this $500 and buy like 2 or 3 accounts and just try and spin it up.
Yeah, exactly. You got a little, even if you're just going just balls to the wall, I think it's
it's max loss on every single day. Like, you're risking that amount. I agree. I mean, people are gonna hate to love prop firms. Personally, for me, if you can spend, if your spend in the year is like 5 to 10K and you can make 50K plus on that, you've done well.
Yeah. Funny thing is, actually in Puerto Rico, we went down to there's a casino in the hotel. So I brought my laptop down to the casino and I started trading. I got kicked out within 5 minutes.
Double gambling.
I got kicked out within 5 minutes. I sat down, opened up the laptop, pulled out the chart, Maven this, went to go to take a trade, and he's like, "You can't do that here." I was like, "What?" He's like, no, you gotta play our machines.
That's crazy. That's double gambling.
Yeah, right away.
Should I
pull up the chart again?
Let's see.
So
see what
I'm concerned of something here, because I'm gonna just point something out to you.
Sure.
Look at the NQ this past 2 months. Okay. This is really important for anyone watching at home. Really, really important. Look at this. 16-17%. Okay. Last month we went up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This month is not done yet. This month is not done yet, but we're also up 9%. Okay. Now, if I go back and I just go NQ, I think, hopefully I can just go back all the way here. I'm a little bit worried, I'll be honest. Do you remember the good old days of 2000, before I had any idea what was going on in the trading world, and I just played Diablo 2 with my brother? You know what I mean? Look at that. That's 9% in 1 month. Okay. Do you see, again, look, 11% in 1 month, right? Last month, we made 17% in a month. This month, we're making 9-10% in a month. What happened leading up to the .com crash was, in the last, few months, we were going up 10% per month. We're doing more than that now, right? 10% in a month is a year's worth of returns nearly on the NASDAQ in a month, right? In the past 2 months alone, the NASDAQ has made, let's do this, almost 3 years of profit, maybe 2.5 years of profit in 2 months, right? That's very scary. In my mind, that is very scary. Okay. Now the question is,
what are you saying? Do you think there could be a pullback?
Oh, I've been expecting a potential complete global recession.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just because, okay, so the question is, is it sustainable? That's the actual question, right? So if we're looking at the valuation of how much money the stock market makes, or how much money these tech stocks make, as long as it goes up with it, there's not a problem, right? As long as these tech companies, Nvidia, Apple, whatever, right? Google, as long as the amount of money they make goes up with it, then it's sustainable, right? Because then it's based off of something, right?
Yes, sure.
But right now, we had this massive run up here, and now we're having an even bigger run up now after this tiny little pullback, right? And soon enough, I think, when does the SpaceX IPO come? When does the Open AI IPO come? Can you look those up for me? So
I did. My one of the brokers that I used actually was talking about their SpaceX IPO shares. June.
SpaceX is June what?
Yeah, early June.
Early June. That's now.
June 11th. First projected date of initial share sale, June 11th, and then projected first earnings call as a public company, September.
Okay. So it's going to go public in September, but then
first earnings call is in September. So, but first
earnings
expected official list, expected official listing and start of public trading June 12th.
And what about OpenAI? Do they have a IPO date for that?
OpenAI IPO. I think it's already happened.
Yeah, I thought it was in May.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah. It's already happened, I think. But recent reports indicate company preparing for first IPO as early as September. Sorry, September.
Okay, I think it got delayed. It was supposed to be like May.
It was supposed to be, yes, and then it got delayed. September. Yes.
All right. So, and then the first earnings call for SpaceX is going to be September. So what's going to happen here in my mind is, hey, these things, first of all, SpaceX is they're combining. Elon has done something crazy, by the way. He's
of course, he's a South African.
He's combining SpaceX with XAI, which is Grok, right?
Yep.
And he's basically looking like he's deloading private investors onto the public market, right? It looks like both of these are like multi-trillion-dollar valuations, which makes no sense. They're going to be the top 1 and 2 companies globally, on IPO, which makes no sense. They can only go down from there, right? So if they IPO, this is my expectation. I don't know. You can argue with me if you want, but we're leading up to, AI doesn't really make much money for how much it's hyped up, right? We have these massive run-ups of bullishness that make no sense right now. Like, we should not be making 3 years of profit in the past month or two, right? So I expect this summer things to just go, euphoric here, spike up, right, with the launch, and then immediately back down, right? Because people are going to realize that on earnings they don't make any money.
They don't make any money. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Because they actually don't, like what I've read is they're actually not making money. OpenAI.
Exactly. So, by the end of the year, 2027 might be a really difficult year for the markets, because by the end of the year everything could collapse down. Now, mind you, these collapses are going to take years to play out, right? Like the dot-com bubble took 3 years to hit the bottom.
Have you noticed that when we sell off a lot more aggressively than when we actually move up?
Oh yeah, totally. It goes much faster, right?
Yeah,
that's how things work, right? Because most people are just longing all the time. But
let's see if there's any questions in the chat yet too.
Looks like market is just dumping down right now, but We'll watch these closes here to see how it goes. Somebody asked, how do you budget your monthly living expenses against your trading P&L? Do you pay yourself fixed salary and withdraw on performance? That's a really good question, actually. I'm gonna save that one there. So I think for James and I we both have, flat salaries from our jobs, right?
Exactly.
And both of us recommend that you have a fixed income somewhere that is non-trading related.
100%. I have a company that I do with my parents, and that outside of trading, that's got nothing to do with trading related. So you should be doing stuff like that. Also keeps your mind outside of trading too. You can't just be thinking charts all the time. For me personally.
Now, what if trading was your only source of income then, James? What
I mean, I did it for 2 years. It can be tough, bro. I did it for 2 years, and it can be tough. But I mean, for those that I personally, I actually don't know anyone that's actual only source of income is, and I'm talking about guys that are going to do like $1 million plus in a year. I don't know. His only source of income isn't actually trading. He makes money outside of trading too.
Yeah.
From broker fees, people trading underneath him, stuff like that. So I personally actually can't say I know someone that's only source of income is trading. I can't.
Yeah, I know a couple people.
Sure.
And to be honest, these people are incredibly good. They win almost always. They don't really do the I win only like 60% of the time sort of thing. They're
win a lot often.
Very good, right? Yeah. And they have $1 million, right?
Sure.
So
to trade with, yeah.
So, but what I would do is probably withdraw a fixed salary. Yeah, like
yes, I pay myself a fixed salary out of my trading business every single month. I pay myself a fixed salary.
And what would you take out of it? Would you base it off of your trading earnings, or would you just take it off of like what I would off my first thought? I'd probably take 1% of my account balance out per month.
Yeah, it depends on. I mean, I only go off like numbers, like how much I need to cover, like my monthly budget. Essentially, that's what I go off of.
Oh, that could make sense then too.
Yeah. So like, let's just say your monthly budget is $5,000. You take out $5,000 every single month out of your trading account, essentially.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like the way that a successful trader's mind works is so much different than an unsuccessful trader's mind, because the thing that you just said was, my budget, I spend $5,000, right? And that's what that's what I take out, right? Yeah. And it's like that's not a crazy amount of money. You're not living luxuriously, right? Like unsuccessful traders are like, oh, I made all this money, so now I'm going to spend it. Right?
I'm gonna go buy the brand new car worth 50 grand this month and stuff like that. No, Yeah, I had a good month. When was it? Last month or 2 months ago. I made a total just on prop firms, not even a personal. I made 26K. I didn't be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go spend all of it. I put actually a lot of it into Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing about the successful traders is they don't spend the money they make, right? And that's how they become successful, is because they're looking for stability, right? In an unstable market.
In an unstable market. Yeah, because you don't know what the next months are actually going to bring.
I actually just closed out my long.
Nasdaq's coming back down now, 922.
Yeah. My long didn't get the bounce that I wanted, so I just closed that out.
Yeah, but there you go. That's a good sign of a good trader. You'd be like, okay, I'm wrong. Let me just get out. I can reevaluate.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even know if I'm wrong. It's just the fact that it's not doing what I want immediately. You know what I mean? Then I don't want to be a part of it.
Sure.
It's easy to just walk away that way. So a lot of traders get confused because they see these gurus online. They have the fancy car or whatever. Those guys are not traders, right? Those guys are marketers, and then the money that they make income, they're able to spend because it converts to more money for them.
It converts to more money, so they use it for marketing purposes. Yes,
exactly. And as a trader, if you spend your money, you're doing the exact opposite. You're scaling down now. What they're doing is they're scaling up.
Yeah, unless you're using it for marketing.
Yeah, unless you use it for marketing and then you sell your course, which is honestly like it's to be honest, it's a little bit easier to just, sell a course and, trade prop firms. Like you could do that if you want. If you got a strategy that ends up working, it's probably better for you to, teach some people, make a little side income there, and then trade on prop firms. And, then you can still trade, make money trading. You got the stable side income. You get to spend money on the fancy car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the lifestyle most people actually want. They prefer that over the actual, like the real
actual
traders.
Trading. Yeah. Over the actual trading.
Real traders need to be super disciplined. They need to be meditative. They need to be calm. They need to not live flashy lives, right?
Yeah, they need to have geez, Nasdaq is melting right now underneath 29,900 now. But I agree with you. Let's see if there's any other people asking for account giveaways. There is an account giveaway every single Tuesday, right, Hunter?
Yeah. We'll just pick one of the good questions here.
Yeah. Let's
get a couple more questions and then wrap her up. We just started.
Yeah, what's the biggest psychological difference between demo trading and live trading? Well, demo trading, you don't have any emotions behind it. So you're gonna hold your trades longer. You might trade bigger size. Live trading and demo trading is obviously completely different. I don't think you should be doing demo trading at all, unless you're obviously a brand new trader. But because I'd rather just get a prop firm account worth $100 and at least you got something behind it.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. If you've ever played poker, and I imagine everyone's played poker, and they've gotten poker with real money, and then they've got poker with
fake money,
pretzels or something, right?
Pretzels, pens.
yeah, you're throwing like little buttons or whatever, right? And you know how when you're trading with no money, somebody always goes, "I'm all in," just like every time. Like, and there's no, it's like you're trying to maximize your excitement with no return. And I think it's the equivalent demo versus live funds. It's the exact same thing as going all in when it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
when you don't have any money,
exactly.
Right? It's just you just click the big button so you can see the big number and it's exciting, and then it's nothing realistic about it. Right?
Yep. Exactly.
Somebody asked James, during an aggressive bull market like this, how do you distinguish between a healthy short-term pullback versus an actual start of a major trend reversal? You got a good answer for that?
So how do you distinguish a bull market from a trend reversal, basically?
So a healthy pullback versus like a trend reversal.
Yeah, I like to use the 200 EMA on high time frames personally. Like even if you're looking at it like on an hourly chart or whatever it is, that's what I like to use.
Yeah, you use the EMA.
Yeah, if you start trading underneath it,
Sorry. I use the higher time frame candle closes. Right?
Yeah,
if it closes back within the direction, as long as you're getting bounces and wicks, still groovy to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But higher time frames are usually the better way to check out the real trend reversals and whatnot. But
that's what I use personally. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, okay.
But everyone's got different. There's no right way to do it.
Yeah. All right. I think we'll wrap it up here. The winner of the 50K.
Yeah, I think it's been good. It's been good to be back on with you, Hunter. We live every single Tuesday. So
yeah. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. The winner of the 50K Maven account is going to be posted in the Discord. If you didn't win today, you can buy. Maven just launched a new pay later challenge. It's a $5 account where you can do the challenge beforehand, and then once you're ready to get funded, pay a little bit more. Now, boom, you're funded. It's a new incentive for Maven. You can check out on Maven's Discord, discord.gg/Maven, one of the slashes.
Yeah.
But there's a separate page there for it. So you can't go to the Maven website. It's only on the Discord right now. So you have to go to the Discord. I'm going to announce the winner of the 50K account as well. Thanks so much, James. Thanks for watching, guys. Ciao.